Hello, it's Rebecca Snow here at the Nutrition and Herbal Collective, and we are doing a Facebook Live on creating a therapeutic partnership. Let me change my view here. All right. Hope you are all doing well today. Um, so why does this matter? Well, you know, there's lots of types of practitioners in the world, and as a nutritionist and an herbalist, um, a lot of the medicine that we give has to be done at home. We're not going to usually be cooking for our clients or shopping for them, or, I mean, most definitely 99% of the time we're not going to be. And we need them to do all that work. So we give them information, we give them tools, and our clients go home and make it happen. So it really doesn't serve us to have an authoritarian type practice, nor does it serve us to be just a cheerleader on the side. We really have to walk alongside our patients or our clients, whatever you prefer to call them, and guide them through this process. We're accountable, we're encouraging, and we're giving them information, and they're going home and making it happen. But unlike an acupuncturist, we're not putting the needles in the treatment room. We are sending people away, and their treatment happens in their home or at the grocery store or at the restaurant, wherever they're getting their food as medicine. So we're going to dive into this topic a little bit, creating a therapeutic partnership. And first thing is the key word here is partnership. So we need to acknowledge the fact that we are in a partnership with our clients. What do we bring to the table, and what do they bring to the table? So what we bring to the table is we are experts in the field of nutrition. We know we have resources to double check that their drug is not interacting with their supplements. We know how to identify nutritional deficiencies when we look at our patients, or we're learning how. We do dietary analysis. We understand the best therapeutic diet for SIBO or for preventing cardiovascular disease. So we bring our knowledge and we bring our experience in the field of nutrition. We have resources available to us. And if we don't have them handy, we know where to find them. Now, what do our clients bring to the table? Our clients bring to the table a knowledge of their history, their story, and their awareness of their own body and the experiences they've had working with other nutritionists, other healthcare practitioners, taking supplements, and they have their intuition. We have our intuition too. So there's a few tools that I left off our list. Not only do we have this knowledge, but we also have compassion, we have empathy, we have storytelling, we have experience with other clients and those stories that we can bring. So we have our empirical experience as well. And our clients bring that too. So in that partnership, we bring that meeting of minds to get the best possible outcome for our client. So one way I like to think about this is that I like to think about my client and I meeting on equal ground. Some practitioners practice a top-down approach where the practitioner is authoritative and directive. And what does that sound like? That sounds like, here, I want you to eat this diet. That's more of an authoritative type of approach. Some practitioners take a very supportive type approach, like more of a bottom-up kind of approach, like, I'm here, let me know what you need. And that kind of mirrors what a friend would say. So generally, nutritionists don't practice authoritative type practices. Here, eat this diet. And generally, we're not just cheerleaders on the sideline giving them whatever they need as far as information goes or what our offerings are. We have a partnership approach. And what does that look like? I am here to help guide you on your journey. So I'm not fixing your problem. I am going to help you fix your own problem. Now, people don't generally want to hear that. I'm here to help you fix your own problem. That doesn't sound very, kind of sexy and markety. But in general, we do want to move away from that fix it mentality and more towards a partnership journey, navigating this journey mentality. Because let's face it, this work, it doesn't happen overnight. This is why most nutritionists sell packages, because you really need clients to commit for a period of time to see change in their life, to see that they're making a difference. Okay, so what are some steps and ways that you can foster partnership with your patients? Number one, you can create a comfortable space. So virtually, that would be making eye contact, making small talk, helping somebody feel comfortable. In person, but even virtually, just like your demeanor, your body language. In person, we make people comfortable in different ways, but most people are 95% virtual these days. And we listen to their story. We elicit that story. Tell me more. I want to hear about that. As Kate said in her powerful coaching question of the year live, reflective listening, reflective statements, or reflective inquiry is the best coaching question. And that is, making statements, oh, so you mentioned this on your intake form. I'd love to hear more about that. That is the way to create a comfortable environment for clients to share their story and feel listened to. And that's one of the best ways to create a therapeutic partnership. And reflective listening is not just repeating back to somebody what they say, but it's being judicious about what you reflect back. One of the concepts in health coaching or motivational interviewing is DARN talk, DARN. And that is reflecting back to clients specific things they say which express desire to change, ability to change, reasons for changing, and the need to change. So identifying those statements that a client makes, that's what we want to reflect back. Be curious. Try to avoid making assumptions about who your client is, what they can do, what they're willing to do, what they can afford. Be curious. If you have a direction you want to go, vet it. I'm thinking we could do this next. We could look at, a gut healing protocol. What do you think about that? Vet your thoughts and be transparent about your thinking so that you can dialogue about it. Encourage self-efficacy. Try not to overwhelm your client with to-do items. You want your client to be successful, and that could be giving, and the next item, SMART goals, helps your client be successful. So if you give them goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, they will be successful. So if you, for instance, a SMART goal for somebody who wants to exercise more but is struggling to find ways to do that is to do a house chore 3 to 4 times a week that gets them more steps. Maybe they track on their watch. Maybe they cook more or are doing more sweeping, cleaning, raking the leaves, what have you, and then they are aiming for 2,000 more steps a day or every 5 days a week. But it's specific, it's measurable, they measure it with their watch, it's achievable, it's a small goal, it's not a huge, benchmark. It's relevant because they want to exercise more, and it's time bound, it's daily or weekly measurements. So we give people actionable items that meet where they are. If somebody is in contemplation and they're not ready to take a step, we're not going to give them actionable items because they're not in action mode. We're going to be encouraging more self-reflection and self-awareness to get them to the place of action. So we want to meet people where they are. It's hard sometimes as a nutritionist not to give our clients specific recommendations of action items because we want people to take action, but we have to acknowledge when somebody's not ready to take action yet, and then to allow for that process to occur, and to give people, to encourage reflection or journaling or other activities that meet the client where they are. Don't be a problem fixer. I kind of already touched on this. One of my teachers, Bob Duggan, said, people are going to hand you their ticket. I need to lose weight, and I need you to do that for me, to help me lose weight. Or I have headaches and I can't figure this out. Please help get rid of my headaches. Here's the ticket. Here's the problem. You fix it. So we have to not take that problem from the client, but be there again, come up alongside them and help guide them in the process of their healing, but not promise to fix their problem. Now, all this being said, there are times where we do want to assert our authority. I like to assert my authority when I feel a boundary is being crossed, when there's a red flag issue, when a client or a patient needs to go get medical care for a reason, or there's a safety concern with some health behavior or a supplement. Maybe there's an interaction between something they're taking and a medication. And in those situations, I'm not using coaching skills. I'm giving them bits of knowledge and recommendations in a more authoritative, not a mean manner, but more, that's when I assert my authority. So even though we are partners, it doesn't mean that we don't make recommendations, that we're not demonstrative at times when we need to be demonstrative. It's good to practice different ways of being. And the benefit of creating a therapeutic partnership is that it allows for trust and security for the client to feel they have a comfortable space to truly voice their concerns. You don't really want a client to go away with your recommendations and they're not comfortable telling you that this is not a feasible thing for them to do, because they probably won't come back. Creating a therapeutic partnership allows a client to say, I can't follow this plan. It's too difficult for me right now. I need it broken down into simpler parts. And allowing them the space to say that will help them be more successful, and it will help you be more successful too. Thanks for listening. Let me know if you have any questions in the chat, and you can reach us info@nutritionherbalcollective.com. Check out our website, and we have more Facebook Lives every month. Take care. Bye, everybody.